Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. We've got the latest cake eater from Banks. Ooh, yes. All aboard the hype train. So this is the MOTUEKA and CITRA version. It came out a couple of weeks ago. I have had 2 cans, but I wanted to drink and review this one at about this time because I think this is where it peaks. Yeah, what I've already had, very delicious. So yeah, it's an 8% double dry hopped oat cream double IPA. And yeah, Banks Brewing are out of Seaford, which is like southeast Melbourne down on the peninsula. Cake Eaters, yeah, one of their sort of limited releases that's got a lot of hype to it. Generally the same sort of can artwork, just with different colours, and then it features 2 or 3 different hops. So they have done a couple of MOTUEKA, but yeah, not with CITRA. I think it was MOTUEKA and Nelson, the last one that had MOTUEKA. A lot of them have had CITRA over the years, but let's be honest, CITRA's always been that solid hop, and Banks do it very well. So on the back it says Cake Eater Oat Cream Double IPA hopped with MOTUEKA, MOTUEKA Cryo, CITRA, and CITRA Cryo. Contains lactose. Cheers, Susie. Good to see you again, mate. I wonder how Craig's going, if he got some sleep. I got a terrible sleep. I reckon I had about 2 hours. So yeah, I've got my hashtag proper glassware, one of my favourite glasses. And yeah, it's good knowing like this beer is going to be fire. It's just how good is it going to be at like 3 weeks after canning. And I have one saved for my good mate Adam of Mersey Beers. So when he comes over to Australia, he's going to get to try the almighty Cake Eater. They may even come out with a new one before he comes over. So we'll see how it goes. And this is going to be one of those beers that's probably going to look shit in my camera. It's just got that colour to it. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad in the camera. It's definitely a lot sort of brighter and oranger in reality, but still looks pretty decent. Cheers, Angie. Good to see you. So yeah, I would say cloudy in appearance, like a light orange, about a 3 to 4 finger white foamy head. It's got that very creamy look to it. Carbonation's pretty low, and I would say probably medium body. Let's go with. And yeah, I've had a bit of a cold, so my nose hasn't been too great the last few days. Yeah, I can already smell a bit better today, so that's good. See, on the nose, you're getting like lemon and lime, grapefruit, some peach. It's like a white bready backbone. A little bit grassy as well, floral. Might be a touch of like passion fruit and pineapple. Very complex, like plenty going on. You can definitely tell it's got that lactose. It's got like a sort of a slightly sweet aroma. From what I remember when I drank it last time, the sweetness is still there on the palate, but it sort of finishes off a little dry. You're a cake eater. I think this is about the 4th cake eater I've done on the channel. And yeah, Susie, the reference cake eater comes from the Mighty Ducks movies, which you've probably seen, being a hockey fan. It's actually that there is like a puck. Mighty Ducks for some reason the Mighty Ducks. Banks Brewing have a obsession with the Mighty Ducks and hockey, and yeah, over the years they've just stuck with it. Their name started Banks. It started from Adam Banks, the character on Mighty Ducks, because they had a Labrador named after him. It's pretty cool. I used to love those movies as a kid. Charlie Conway, number 96. Anyway, time for a sip. My first beer for the Sunday. I got a feeling I'm going to have quite a few today. I'm feeling a little better too, which is good. I probably don't sound it, but the Flying Bee, the Knuckle Puck. Yeah, apparently when they first started the brewery and they had all these different names and that, heaps of people were saying you've got to have a beer called the Flying Bee. And he's like, I will never call a beer the Flying Bee. And they're like, why? It's perfect. And he goes, because it's too obvious. They did a collab with a Canadian brewery. I think they were from BC. And yeah, I think they called that the Knuckle Puck. And then there was another one that had a pretty cool name. I was hoping they'd do a beer called Goldberg. I thought that'd be pretty funny. Let's get into it anyway. Enough shit talk. Oh, that is delicious. Such a good beer. You get sort of huge tropical vibes. It's almost like pina colada because of the lime and the like the pineapple and the creaminess. Like the milk sugar almost gives off like a coconut vibe. Mainly sweet. There's maybe a touch of like dryness and bitterness there on the finish. Um, it's good because it's sweet but not too sweet. Cheers, Josh. Long time no see, brother. Hope you're well. Yeah, they just like they nail the sweetness. Like it's you would say it's like very well rounded for the style. Just like soft and pillowy. I just can't wait for people outside of Australia to try some of Banks's best beers. Because I really think like I'd hold them up there with so many of the top like UK and US breweries. It's the same with Range and Mountain Culture. When they hit, they're just like phenomenal beers. Yeah, so it all started just because the owner, Chris, when he first started the brewery, he was obviously a Mighty Ducks fan and had a Labrador named Banks after Adam Banks, and then they named the brewery after the dog and the character, and like it's always been like a family oriented brewery. And as their kid and the dog have grown, like the brewery's grown. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Actually getting like a touch of pine. like a piney, sort of like a dry, piney, woodsy vibe. Almost like a cedary sort of touch. Whenever I see on their Instagram that they've got a new cake eater coming out, I'm always like, yes. It was always, yeah, the cake eater series, or they had a series called Fields. So it'd be like CITRA Fields, Mosaic Fields, Nelson Fields, and the can artwork's all clouds and different colours. If you could sort of compare them to an American brewery, I don't know, they remind me of Treehouse a bit, but all the names and the hopping and that reminds me more of like other half. But their beers, I don't know, they're a bit more fuller than other half. Sort of hard to describe. Mountain Culture's mouthfeel definitely reminds me of Fidens. It's like fuller and yeah, like sort of elite level. So I'm not sure what people are up to today, but all I know is I'm keen for a beer. Yeah, Motueka's a great hop. I can see why a lot of people like love it, especially too if they're not sort of big Nelson fans, because Nelson can be a bit divisive because it gives off like white wine characters. There's a lot of people that don't like that sort of flavour or that aroma. Yeah, sometimes it's a good thing. Like when I do like sometimes when you're doing a stream and you just have a few people on there and the chat's not too hectic and it's more sort of about like as in like us a bit yesterday. It was at that time when there wasn't many people around, and me, you, and Craig were just talking shit and like weren't having to worry too much about the chat and like people joining all the time. And yeah, yesterday morning, like for me, as in earlier in the night for you guys, it was real busy. But then it like obviously because I went live at a time when most people were in bed, it was sort of good time. Sometimes the busyness is good, and then other times it's like you can't be fucked. But yeah, yesterday's good. It was good. Like yeah, we pretty much. I wrapped it up as soon because I was starting to get tired. It was funny. Like you left, I was getting tired, and you would have been able to tell I was going to wrap it up. You've gone. I said to Craig that yeah, I was going to go soon, and that Craig had been up all night, and it was like he wanted to kick on. Gets to a stage too where you're sort of sick of sitting at a computer. Like a couple of hours a day is sort of enough. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't sort of seen or heard from him. I just heard him talking about him on Shark Stream. It's like sometimes I get the impression people get pissed off when I don't join their streams, and it's like, well, you just need to understand that I'm in Australia. I don't want to fucking drink at 6 in the morning every day. It's like, oh, you won't drink on our stream, but then you'll drink like later on in the day. And it's like, well, that makes sense. I think just a lot of people forget of the whole time difference. I've got the Old Faithful ready to go next. Yeah, boy. There must be like there's a paddock over the back from my house, and it used to be owned by the guy that was in the house in front of that, and he must have sold it. And now there's like some other random guy hanging around all the time, and he's like always doing shit like with tools and like loud machinery and stuff at like stupid hours of the morning. And he gets my dogs going all the time. I'm like, for fuck's sake, like this morning at like 7 a.m., the dogs are going off. Maybe he can fix the fence up there because my landlord's such a tight ass and won't do it himself. Spicy beer. It was sort of cool yesterday too, like hanging out with. There's a few different people, like Jules and JV and Blake. Like that sort of people I haven't hung around with much lately. So yeah, it was good just to be with a couple of different people. But yeah, next week I can't wait for these holidays. It's going to be unreal. my dog, my dog's shaking my hand. Now he wants to kiss me. Hello, buddy. Look. When they're good, I'll give them like a treat, like a jerky or like some sort of like dried meat snack or something, and then like a little bit of milk in their water. They absolutely love it. I had a bit of that this morning, and the Labrador just drank both of the bowls of water, like with the milk in it. Poor Jackie's just sitting there going, "Where the fuck's mine?" So yeah, the more I'm drinking this, I'm getting like a slightly tart edge to it. It's like sometimes with passion fruit, you get that tartness and the sweetness. That's sort of what it reminds me of. But yeah, very good beer. I did actually have this on Beer Man's all spun out as well. I just can't remember what I scored it. I think it was around that 4.7 mark, and yeah, I'd stick with that. 4.7 is generally a very good score, especially for like a style like this. As far as cake eater goes, the series, there's obviously been some that have been elite level and then others that haven't quite hit the mark. But yeah, generally it just comes down to sort of flavor profile and like what I prefer as opposed to others. Um, yeah, I think one of them one time was like Idaho 7 and something else, and I just didn't enjoy it as much as others. But yes, I've got quite the stockpile now for Adam. He's going to be somewhat impressed. He's got a couple of mountain culture, a quite a few boat rocker, like boat rockers hype shit. They're big barrel aged impies. He's got Pirate Life, Banks. What else do I have for him? Yeah. The only thing is I can't give him bottles and he can't give me bottles. So yeah, it's just going to be cans. I think if we've got bottles for each other, we're going to share them in the hotel sort of thing. But yeah, it is quiet out there. One thing I might be doing later too is there's UFC on, and one of our sort of beloved Aussie fighters is in the pay-per-view, so that'll be worth checking out. It's pretty decent weather outside again today. I just want Thursday to hurry up when we have this training day at work and I walk out of there and I know that I don't have to go back for like a week and a half. It's going to be great. I really need to get some shit done around the house, but you can guarantee it won't get done. So yeah, for 8%, this drinks very easily. Blind tasting it, you would probably say it's around 7, maybe, just because of the punchy flavour and the complexity and the sort of fuller body. You know it's going to be at least a higher end IPA or even a double. But yeah, you can't detect the booze at all. But yeah, I've always loved in Australia how like it'll give you the ABV, but it also tell you how many standard drinks. So 3.2. And yeah, you're not allowed to drive if you've had any more than 2 standard drinks. So you wouldn't want to be smashing one of these cans and getting in the car. Store cold, drink fresh, enjoy responsibly. Yeah, I've always liked that simple, effective can artwork. Just the you see that on the shelf, like with the two different colours and the big white part in the middle, and it's like you know exactly what it is. Yeah, our alcohol reading is 0.05. That's if you're like full license. If you're probationary, say like you're young or you've just got your license, yeah, you have to be 0.00. Cheers, Sugar Kitty. What is it in Canada? I'm assuming it's pretty similar. And yeah, 0.05 generally is like 2 standard drinks. Yeah. There was talk of them making it 0.00, like for everyone. And I'm like, that's going to absolutely destroy sports clubs. So there's so many people that play for teams and they just have one beer after their game, and then the only way for them to get home is to drive. And it's like that one beer, like from a heap of people, is what's keeping the cup, like the sporting clubs afloat. And it like I don't know, like it's a way to socialise after the game. I just think that's fucking stupid. Like you should be allowed at least one beer after doing stuff like that and getting in the car. Cheers, Lady G. Good to see you, mate. Yeah, good. Tired, but good. I've had a bit of a cold actually. It's like I'm like really run down just because I haven't been sleeping very well. And yeah, work's been pretty intense. But I've got like a week and a half off coming up this week, so it's gonna be good. We don't get much time off over Christmas in my workplace, but we get more time off over Easter. I might do like a couple of day trips or maybe a weekend away or something. But yeah, hope all you guys are well. Now I'm drinking an oat cream IPA, so it's like sort of fairly sweet and has like it's like a real tropical and citrus sort of vibe to it. And because it's got lactose in it, it's like almost that impression like it's you're sort of getting like vanilla or coconut. So it's sort of like almost like it reminds me of a pina colada anyway. Yeah. It's funny in some countries though, because yeah, they can't afford to have the roadside testing and that, so they don't even bother having a thing like in Southeast Asia and that. I'd hire motorbikes in Thailand and I'd get absolutely wiped, and then I'd be like sitting on a highway at 100 kilometers an hour. It's just like that's so fucking dangerous. But you just like you don't give a shit because you're like I don't know young and feel like you're immortal. I've got footage of me and one of my best mates in Thailand riding motorbikes, like absolutely smashed. And we're doing 100 Ks on the highway, and I've got like I must have had like a t-shirt on and a button-up shirt over the top, but it wasn't done up. And I'm going down the highway and I overtake him, and my shirt's just like flapping in the wind like a cape. It's fucking awesome footage. I know it's really expensive if you lose your license and you have to have one of those breathos in your car. So I had a mate that had to go through all that, and yeah, it was expensive as fuck back then. I'd hate to see what it is now. But yeah, I'm pretty like. I mean, I don't really drive that much these days anyway. I'm lucky. I live and work fairly close, so I just walk most places. Um, but yeah, when I was younger, I used to drink and drive a bit, and I was glad I got out of that habit. You're sort of more prone to do it if you live in the country because you have no other option to get anywhere. I mean, in the city, it's easy because you can just fucking get on a train or a tram or a bus. You've just got all these options. But if you live in the country, it's like it's either you're walking fucking 10 kilometers or you're getting a taxi and it's going to cost you like $100. Yeah. God. It is good how harsh they are with it because it definitely deters you from doing it. It's like when young kids are hoons and they impound their cars and stuff. It's like, well, don't drive like a fucking idiot, like, and you won't have your car taken off you. If you just get your license and all of a sudden you're sitting on 250 k's an hour down a back road, it's like you deserve to have your car taken off you. Yeah, I'm talking about like options if you've had drinks trying to get home. We're the same as you guys. In the cities, you have those options, but most places you don't. You're fucked if you live in the country. Yeah, see, like I don't know, Europeans and that have it easier because it's like way smaller, and I just feel like you'd be able to. All you'd have to do is walk like 10 kilometers, and you'd have a nearby bus or a train at least. Whereas Australia and the US, they're such fucking massive countries. You're fucked. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the worst when you hear of like innocent people getting yeah taken out. We had recently we had two young sports stars. Yeah, that they were both in the car together. I think they were coming home from training, and a drunk driver wiped them out, and they both perished. It happened in the NFL, like or college. There was some footballers recently in the states that happened too as well. It just always seems to be the the driver of the car that's like intoxicated survives, and the people that are innocent get fucked over. Cheers, Simo. The old monetary donation. It was funny the other night, dude. When I had that stream and I was playing heaps of music, I got like my stream got completely wiped, and I got a warning. And then after the warning, it said, "Congratulations, you are now a YouTube partner. Welcome to the team." It was quite humorous. It's like you've been a naughty boy, but you are a part of us now. You still drinking with Shark? I'm not sure what's happening after this. I just wanted to do a beer review. Yeah, that was the one I was thinking of. It was like two or three American college players. I think did one of them just get drafted into the NFL or something like that? Yeah, it's sad. And it's always when they're like young and in the prime of their life. All I was doing was playing tunes though. Yeah. I'm just talking about people in general. not just sports stuff. Yeah, it's actually Jack. Angus is like sitting behind me, but Jack's sort of pacing around. I think he wants to go out or something. He's wanting to see what that guy over the back's doing. He wants to go and howl at him and pretend like he's a big guy. Yeah, and if I could give him money, I would. That's where it sort of sucks, where it's like if you're playing music, like if you just accepted to like, yeah, for them just to take the money, well, that's what I'd be happy with. But it's just, as I was saying yesterday, it's irritating because there's a lot of music I'll be playing that's like a band that doesn't have much reach. Like it'd be like an Aussie rock band that just plays small venues. And you're there just playing their music and like you're actually promoting it to people that would never come across it. And they would probably think it's great. And then like you're getting in trouble for it. I mean, I understand when it comes to big artists and yeah, it'd be a pretty complex industry. Here he is. What are you up to, Sneaky? Yeah. Yeah, because I'm all about looking after music, like I'm looking after bands and stuff. I still buy music. I'm certainly not one of those people that, yeah, like always wanting stuff for nothing. But yeah, sometimes you just get a bit pissed and you want to hear some tunes and you sort of, yeah, like you're not really thinking of that. It all started because I played a local Melbourne band that I don't have any issues with, like because they're not one, they're not together anymore, and two, they actually promote their music getting like played like that. So yeah, there's no dramas with them, and I was like, oh, I'll just play them, and once that finishes, then I'll just stop. But then yeah, you have a couple of beers and you're really enjoying the music playing. It's like you just want to keep playing more. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up and go see what else is going on the tubes. Because yeah, this is at the end of the day, this is just a beer review. So thanks everyone for chiming in. And yeah, with this bad boy, the latest cake eater, MOTUEKA and CITRA at 8%. I give a 4.7 out of 5. Very good beer. So shout out to Banks, one of my favourite breweries, and yeah, it'd be good to see them internationally. See how they go. Yeah, that would have been killer. Cheers, guys. We'll see you again shortly.